Welcome into the Magnanimous Podcast. This is the official launch and episode 1 of this podcast. A new thing for me. I'm going to give you a brief breakdown of my background before we get started here. About 7 years ago, I got the wonderful idea to start back then it wasn't media production, but now it is media production company. So we focus in audio, video, anything to do with cameras, drones. We're commercial drone pilots. You get the idea. And then the things that this podcast is about, to go ahead and cut straight to the point. I am a huge tech person, so we will be talking a lot about tech, but we were also Christian-based. So we are going to analyze the world through a biblical worldview, and hopefully we give God all the grace for that, and He will either bless this or not. However, I feel led to do this. And another thing that is very important to me is the youth. The youth seem to be struggling nowadays with a lot of things, but you go to school, it seems like they're sent to school and they don't come away with really anything. So that said, I want to talk to the youth in some of these and inspire people to hopefully get out there and do something, and don't be scared to try new things. And you don't have to go to college. That's one thing I am going to emphasize. I have 0 college and I make a pretty good living. I live in the middle of nowhere. For the time being, this podcast is just going to be me. And as I can do it, I will bring people on. We have made a massive transformation in my studio here. I have everything set up for 2 people, minus I have to get another microphone, another headset, just a few kind of small things, redo some lighting, but of course we will get it done, and eventually we will have guests on the podcast. So super cool. Glad you're here. If you're still here, let's talk a little bit about some tech. Like I said, I'm a big tech guy, and I want to talk a little bit about tech. I have some notes in front of me, so if I'm not looking directly at you, I apologize. I am looking at my notes. I have a bunch of them here, and so let's just jump straight into it. CES 2025 has just they've been underway now for, I guess, the past week. I'm not sure when they started, but anyway, they've been at it. So one of the things that I saw there that was really cool. However, like I said, we're going to analyze everything with biblical worldview. So let's talk about this first thing that I saw, which was really incredible. It's amazing to see how far things have come in the electronic automotive world. Now, personally, I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. I personally cannot own an electric car. And the main reasoning for that is electric cars for me would be it just wouldn't work. I do an average. So of course, in any business, you have peak times and slow times. And in the winter months, we tend to slow down. In the summer months, we do quite a bit, but averages out to be about 1,100 miles a week is what I drive. Now, if you break that down, that's anywhere from a tank to 2 tanks of gas per day. Now, I drive a small SUV, so my car can go about 380 miles per tank. And if I'm driving from where I'm centrally located in Kentucky, so right near Lexington's the easiest way to explain it. So if I drive to Cincinnati and then I have to drive down south to Somerset and then have to come back up to where I'm at, it's very likely, I'm going to go through a tank of gas or more. That's 380 miles. Not many vehicles can do that. There are a few that can do it, but they cost like $80,000, $90,000, even upwards of $100 or more $1,000, which is insane. And I think that the car market is overpriced, which we'll talk about in a whole nother episode. But let's just dive straight into this company. And I want you to pay attention to a few things that this CEO has said. I cannot pronounce his name, not even going to try, but you can look him up. I'll put links in the description where you can go find him. But anyway, this is XPeng Motors, and XPeng Motors has come up with this flying car. It's not just any flying car, though. That's the unique part about this. This flying car is portable, and it slides in the back of a van, not just any van, but an electric van, which is nuts. I've never seen anything like this. This electric car called the Aero HT, it can be deployed from the back of this van in about 5 minutes, and then you're in the air, you fly around, do your thing, come back, put it back up. I think that it was like a 2-seater type of a scenario, which, I mean, if you think about it, a van can't really hold a huge drone, so you get the idea. But like I said, be deployed 5 minutes. And once it's deployed, you fly around, you go see things kind of like you would with a 4-wheeler or a side-to-side or something like that, but in the air. Kind of cool, interesting. And the cool part about it, is the drone charges while you're driving to your destination. So if this is an electric vehicle, then there we go with the what do you call it? The panic that people get whenever they have electric cars, charge panic or whatever you want to call it. I can't think of what it's called right off the head. But anyway, so this thing charges while you're driving. It deploys out of the back of this thing. So if you picture this van, which I'll put some images on the screen, you can see it in some video. This van kind of looks like a Cybertruck in the front, and then the back of it is a van instead. So instead of having a flatbed or a bed of a truck, you've got like the van from the back half. So Cybertruck front, bed, the back of the half. Very interesting looking thing. Anyway, they claim that you can master this thing in like 5 minutes, or learn to fly it, should I say, in 5 minutes. Now, all this information I'm pulling from their website, so you can find it all on their website. But they say to master it only takes 3 hours. So think about like flight lessons, helicopter lessons. I know I've personally been interested in getting my helicopter certificate. It's around, they say, 35 to 40 hours at $500 an hour to fly a helicopter, and it's around $120 for a plane. And then you wouldn't even have to have any kind of pilot license for this. So it's very appealing in some people's eyes, I would assume. I mean, I don't know if I would own one of these things, because the cost is the next thing I want to tell you about. The cost is ridiculous. So they say, and this is a broad stroke on the brush here, $200,000 to $300,000 for just the drone, minus the van, which is, and they call it the mothership, by the way, the van. Kind of crazy. And then to make, to kind of solidify this and bring it all together for you, this company, I feel like they're trying to force the electric car market, and people are not accepting it. And the problem is there's a few people, obviously. We see a lot of Teslas out there on the road if you drive any kind of driving. But the problem is we don't see a lot of adoption in this market. Personally, I live out in the country, so if my power goes out, I can't recharge my car. I have to drive. I have to do things every single day. It's not gonna benefit me any right now. And then I have to put it in a backup generator. It's very costly, expensive, and then if you have to replace the batteries on the dang thing, for God forbid, crazy. Anyway, the weirdest part, and this is why I bring it up about them forcing, is they aim to be profitable. This company, XPeng, claims or wants to be profitable by the year 2025. Well, wait a minute. You're not even profitable yet? Which I can understand. When I started my business, I didn't make any profit for about 3 years. It was a learning curve. It kind of comes with the territory. But not profitable? and they've been in business. Let me see, where did I write this down? They've been in business. The company was founded in 2014. So 14 to 24 is 10 years. We're in 2025. So depending on what month, they could have been at this now for 11 years and they're still not profitable. Who the heck is propping these people up? Where are they getting the funding for this? It's crazy. Anyway, you or I tried to do that. Like there's no way with the average person would have the capital to run this kind of thing. But anyway, the CEO, and I'm like I said, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this guy's name, but I'm going to try my best. It's Ayel Pang. I have no idea if that's correct, and if I'm wrong and you're Chinese, please help me describe it or say it in the comments. Maybe I should have just got GPT to tell me how to, considering how it takes it. Anyway, moving on. He said that he is predicting that the auto industry will face what he called elimination round between 2025, which is this year, we're in January 2025, and 2027. So 2-year span, he's expecting a elimination round. That's what he's calling it. And this elimination round, I'm guessing, is like competition between companies, electric vehicle companies, and how they're just going to go against each other and maybe the best man win, so to speak, which is kind of crazy. If you look at the car market, they should have collapsed in 2008 and they didn't. They got bailed out by the taxpayer dollars, but a lot of people have mixed feelings on that, because some people say, well, it was a good thing because people didn't lose jobs. And then other people say, well, it was a bad thing because now, there could have been room for somebody else to come in and be better at what they're doing rather than just getting propped up. Either way, long story. And we'll talk about economics and stuff on here. There's a ton of things that I want to talk about. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, so this next company, so that's XPeng and the Aero HT and their mothership van thing. Anyway, all right. So I'm on the go all the time. So this next product is quite near and dear to me, and it's interesting. And I can't believe somebody hasn't come up with this. So this is version 2. I missed the first version. I don't know how I missed the first version, but this is version 2 of this device, and it's by a company called Charge, and it is called the IceMag 2. And what this thing does is it has Qi2 wireless charging. Just like when you lay your phone on your nightstand at night, if you got like an iPhone 15 or I think they started in like 14. I don't even remember when they started, but anyway, you charge it up at night, and your phone gets quite warm. Well, this company decided to take a different approach, and they made this wireless power bank with Qi2 charging, and it has a cooling feature built into it. Incredible, interesting. Well, with this cooling feature, they're claiming a 30% charge in 27 minutes. Now, to put that in comparison, their competitors, it takes 45 minutes. 45 minutes to do the same thing this thing can do in 27 minutes. Quite incredible. 10,000 milliamp hours of battery. Also has the ability, I think, I'll put some images up for you to look at, but on the back of this thing, it has USB, so you can plug in, say, a Apple Watch or something with a lower wattage draw, and it'll charge that up while you're on the go. Incredible. It's incredible to see. Of course, it has kickstand on the back. I know my phone, I put it on one of those wireless chargers in the car, and it gets hot. Even in the wintertime, like, it gets hot. And I turn the vents off, to try to help cool it down, and put the vents on floor or on defrost or whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. Slowest charging thing ever. It says on hold all the time. It's nuts. So here's some free advice for somebody. Go out there and make a car charger that can charge with a cooling system built into it. Why somebody has not done this yet? I mean, we all know that those Q chargers get quite warm when they're charging. Why somebody hasn't done this yet? It's beyond me. Somebody make one. Send me the product, link to the product, and I will gladly purchase it from you. Please do it. Unless there's somebody out there that has already done it. If I am missing something, put it in the comments. Okay, moving on. We're not going to go too long, but two more topics that I want to talk about. One of those is the Los Angeles wildfires and the lack of competency from the government over in Vegas or not in Vegas, but in Los Angeles is nuts. The mayor was not even in the city, which is nuts. I don't understand where in the heck she was at. I mean, I know where she was at. She was in Africa, of course, while our city was burning to the ground. But the worst part about this, and that's why I said this is a Christian channel, and I am trying to analyze things from that perspective. And we've heard all of this is speculation, of course, but we've heard of people setting fires, and I'm not just meaning anybody, but homeless people, whether it was on purpose or not, I don't know. And then we have, the combination of all that wind coming in. And, I'm one of those people that connects dots. So I'm like, okay, high wind. And then weeks prior, we had the insurance companies drop people. Not really saying too much there, but let's put the three together. You got insurance dropping people just prior to the fire. You got the 100-mile-an-hour winds coming in and just sweeping over California, and then lack of empathy seems like from the leaders over there. And we have we have Donald Trump. He's getting ready to take over office what is that, 8 days from now? So not long. And he's called for the resignation of the governor, Gavin Newsom. And he also, I think he mentioned something about Karen Bass. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, a total of, as of the making of this video, I think this morning I got a notification, 16 people have died. Just one life is too many lives, especially considering if these people did this with the intent of trying to rebuild something or whatever. Look back at what happened in Hawaii, tragic loss there. Regardless, 37,000 acres as of yesterday have burned. 12,000 structures, and it's displaced tens of thousands of people. I mean, we've all seen the videos of cars piled up and bulldozers having to push them out of the way so that they can come in and fight these fires, which is, it's crazy. It's nuts. And then the last thing I want to talk about, of course, Friday the 10th was the New York trial for, I guess they decided to go ahead and do it for whatever reason. I'm not sure what the heck the deal is there, but I guess he's the attorney is vindictive. I have no idea. Anyway, so they had that. They sentenced Trump. Of course, no jail time or anything like that. If he has 30 days to file a notice of appeal. And because of him being convicted, he will no longer be able to own a firearm. Felony conviction. So he won't be able to own a firearm. However, he's got Secret Service. It's not like he doesn't need much protection. So, yeah, that is about all that I want to talk about And I appreciate you if you stopped in. Do drop me a comment, subscribe, and if you feel led by God to share this, do that. I want to see where it goes. I'm not going to continue it if it's not worth it. I have plenty of other things I can be doing. Like I said, I run a business, and it definitely takes up a lot of time. The plan for the podcast right now is to do one episode per week. So we'll do 52 episodes a year. In the event that I can't do one, then we'll have to skip it or whatever. But that is the plan for now, is to do a single episode. And then you will also see this podcast evolve over time, and we'll get better and better at it. I'm trying to do it as minimalistic as possible right now. I'd like to have 2 cameras set up, wide angle. However, right now, I'm going to stick with the one angle, and then we'll just kind of go from there. Also, some other things coming up in future podcast. Drone technology, how I use it. Computers, technological innovation. Of course, we've talked about a couple of those things. I'm big time into 3D printing, lighting, and cameras. Of course, there's a ton of things that I want to talk about, and each episode will hopefully inspire you. And if it does, do drop me a comment. Do tell me your experience. And yeah, that is it for now. I will see you guys in episode 2, which will be next week. I'm hoping to drop our episodes every Monday. So yeah, that's it for now. I will see you guys in the next episode. Catch you later.